Creating a storyboard. All right, so what is a storyboard? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. A storyboard is a sequence of images. It could be drawings, photos. It's accompanied by notes or dialogue, something that tells a story. Um, it's like a map or plan for a film, maybe a television production, music video, and animation. I think of this as like an outline. Like if we're going to write like a big paper, 10-page paper, maybe we'll do an outline to start. Now the storyboard that we're looking at now, this is just from a scene in a movie by Spike Lee out of Fort Greene, Brooklyn. This is from a small scene in a larger movie, Do the Right Thing. We kind of see he's had this series of images drawn. These are drawn like extremely well. They don't need to be drawn extremely well. They could just be sketches. And there's some text off to the side, kind of like a comic book. So if I look at this, I see this corresponds to a scene in a movie, and let's watch the beginning scene here. Okay, so we see how all that transpired, right? So we kind of see if we go back to the storyboard, it's just like a loose sketch, and we could kind of notice there's like he's used a lot of things. We see that the trash can was thrown in through one side of the window, then it comes through the other side. We see in this case we see a guy dumping out trash onto the ground, but in the actual thing, I think he pulls the trash out of the trash can and throws it off to the side. So he makes some changes on the fly, but he has like a loose idea of what he's doing. So why are we making a storyboard? Which is also a good question. So for our next project, we're going to make an animation. We're going to do a digital animation, and I think I believe that that your end result will be more successful if you have some sort of a plan. So first, let's watch what one of these digital animations looks like, and don't worry about how to make this digital animation. That's going to be our next project. That was my example of a digital animation. And before I did that, I made a storyboard, right? And we could see that here. I did a storyboard. I just did it on a piece of paper and just did some simple drawings. And you can see these are not as detailed as the one for the Spike Lee film. I could draw really well, but I decided it's not necessary. I just want to get my ideas out, right? So we could see I have some scratchy drawings and then some text underneath, just so I could clarify for myself what these things are. So I start with a fish in a bowl, kind of at the beach. He's swimming around the bowl. He decides he has a goal. He wants to jump out and be in a larger body of water. He's swimming around and jumping around in the water. And then the last image, he gets eaten by another fish. This brings us to the point: what makes a good story? What makes a good story? And there's a million ways to do it, but we're going to start with like a very simple formula. There's normally like an interesting subject, person, a place, or thing. In this case, our subject was a fish. There's normally a conflict or a goal. In this case, the conflict was the fish is stuck in a small container. He wants to be in a larger body of water. So his goal is to get into this larger body of water to jump out into the ocean. His resolution is kind of twofold. The resolution is that he gets into the larger body of water, but then he's eaten by a larger fish, right? So that leads us into our project. So if we look at assignment number 9, first you're going to watch the Spike Lee film, look at the storyboard, answer some questions. That's part 1. There's 3 parts to this assignment. Second, you're going to come up with a theme. The same way I did with the fish, you're going to come up with something. Where is your story? What is the background? And who or what is the subject of their story? What is the conflict and resolution? So we'll come up with an idea. And then finally, you're going to make a storyboard. And you could do this in 2 different ways. You can draw the story the same way I did, and you could take your time, make it nice, or it could be scratchy. I'm more interested in the idea and having a good idea and kind of like mapping that out. Or I've attached a storyboard template. A storyboard template looks like this. Kind of brings us back into Google Drawings. We have a series of, and you could always add more boxes if you want. And here I might just, instead of having to draw, I might go to Insert and look for images on the web. So I go Insert, Image, search the web. In this case, maybe I'll do fish in bowl, right? So I have some options. Maybe I'll just take this one. I'll go Insert. See, it comes up big. I'm going to rescale this, rescaling from the corner, putting it in this first place, and then I could put in a description of what's here. Where it says text here, I'll say fish on a ledge, and then I would go on to my next image, and it might be a fish swimming around, and I could do the same thing. So let's see, search the web, fish, let's say swimming in bowl. Let's see, I like this one. It shows like a facial expression, right? So it's creating an image. The image comes in. I'll rescale it, put it in here, and in this case, I might say, like fish gets an idea. So I'm starting to put together a storyboard in this way. So either the drawn version, digital version, I attach that to the assignment. I'll either attach a picture of my drawing or the digital image, and that's it, right? Then we should be better prepared for our next project, which will be a digital animation. We'll have a good concept for that. So looking forward to seeing your storyboards, and good luck with this project.